Internet Comedy over here, and little low energy. This is,
This is John again. It's very early in the morning. We're late. At least I was late night people. I was at a friend's birthday party until 4 a.m. Things got weird, like really weird.
Anyway, speaking of weird, we are here to recap a show called Stranger Things that was on Netflix, 8 episodes long. It's been the talk of all geeks everywhere. Especially, I heard that more men like it than women, which I thought was really weird because I don't think there's a gender difference, and there should be. Shouldn't be. I mean.
I don't think so, but like I guess like the style of story that it's telling, because it's very much like it hits on more of like a nostalgia trip for guys, because it's basic. Well, it's
I
basic.
resent that.
You don't think it's a non? I think it's more of a nostalgia trip for guys than it is for women. I could be right.
Why would it be like more gender towards men? Or?
Because it's basically just a mashup between Stephen King and Steven Spielberg. Like
that doesn't mean that. I don't know. I just disagree.
Okay, fair enough. Whatever. All right.
I mean, I think it has a nostalgia factor. It's kind of like a blend of Goonies and E.T. and any kind of those M. Night Shyamalan whatever movies.
It also has a lot of. It also reminded me a lot of It.
Yes, and It as well. That's true. Okay. Ooh, it was a scary movie. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to break it down real quick, talk about the things that we liked about this episode and things that we did not like about, the show, and the things that we did not like about the show. So let's start with the positives, because let's start on a positive note.
Okay, positive note, child actors. Legitimately good child actors. The main three cast of the... Mike, Lucas, and Dustin, whoever was playing those characters, the actors playing those characters did a really good job. Like
those three are over even like God, I watched this a couple weeks ago. The lead girl
over Elle. Mm-hmm. Well, no, she did a really good job, but she was playing an inhuman character. Like a very like she did a really good job for that, but it's like I always think it's hard. It's oddly enough like to capture on film. It's really really hard to get like kids genuinely being kids. Like have them like feel like this is really what it's like being a kid. This is really what it like you can get like the weird child, and I think that like that's an easier thing for. Not just like kids to portray, but also for directors to direct. Like they can get that, but they've been so far removed. So I thought it was really really good that they got kids really being kids for the most part, and so that was my huge positive. I thought that was like a big like right step for the show.
Yeah, I mean, I like the fact that they had kids be the main characters, and it evolved basically around their. Quest or mission, I should say, and it stems from just some fantasy world or some game that they're playing, and it's like a make believe, and it becomes real, and I really like that, and that was really fun. And all the adults kind of are the last believers in a sense, and they're the ones that are secondary to this main story.
Yeah, did you ever get like Mike's parents, like the most inattentive parents in the world? They had a random little girl like living in their basement for like days, and
I thought
never
that was weird.
Yeah, like didn't notice a damn thing.
Yeah, for a mom who's really trying to get in touch with her children and tell them like you can tell me anything. She's not very. She doesn't really
on the ball. Well, she's more on the ball than the dad, who just like.
I always forget that dad's around. When he's around, I'm like, oh yeah, they have a dad.
Yeah. He just has to, like, there. Like, that's basically who he is. He's just the dude that's there. But...
I mean, some more positives, I just think that overall, every storyline was really interesting and intriguing in its own. I even think, like, the older daughter and her little weird love triangle, that was interesting, and...
I really liked, actually, how that ended.
Yeah.
Like, surprisingly. I also liked that the character of Steve, like... you thought he was just going to be your classic, like, false flag douche. Like,
yeah.
That's, like, of course, like, he's the popular guy, and that's the one that she's going to go for, and he's just going to be a douche, and he's going to remain a douche, or something like that, and he's going to get his comeuppance, and she's going to end up with Jonathan. But then, suddenly, Steve, like in that episode where he goes up and he wipes off the spray paint that his friend put up there that was like, basically calling Nancy a slut, and then was like genuinely like really cared about her and like other people. Like it was good to see, like, because you don't usually see that character like have like a positive arc.
Yeah, I like that. I like how they made him. Hi.
What's up?
Have you seen Stranger Things?
Not yet.
Oh.
I hear really good things though.
That's Dave.
That's Dave. He had not seen Stranger Things.
Who are you talking to?
We're talking to
Recording.
the internet.
Talking to the internet.
Hi, internet.
Hi,
This is
Internet.
Dave.
He has not seen Stranger Things.
You can check him out at Dave Control Live. It's his YouTube channel.
He has played many Dark Soul things. So.
Yes, he is.
So what are some of the negatives of the show?
Well, I know
For
for you,
you.
Winona Ryder is one of the negatives.
Well, I think I wouldn't say like she's a negative. I just think that she exerts herself when she acts, and it just takes you out of the show itself. But it's not to the point where I can't stand watching her, and I didn't think she was right for the roles, like none of that. But my biggest negative, I would say, is the ending. The finale for me felt like they sped it up at the end to try to have a conclusion for an 8-episode arc, and it just felt flat. It was kind of like one of those things where it was accumulating to something really interesting, and then it ended just so abruptly. It's a very typical M. Night, I can't pronounce the name, Shyamalan's ending. Even though it's not his series, but it felt like that. That was the kind of feeling I got. Like, ugh. Like, okay, this almost ruined the series.
They did just try to cram as much of the weird stuff, like, because they dole out the weirdness factor like really, really like sparingly throughout most of the episodes. Like they really let it build, and then in that last episode, it's like, okay, all weird all the time, go.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. So when they go to the other world upside down, and like they're like walking around in it, and the ghost guy's telling him, it's just like, oh yeah, the environment is toxic, but somehow Will and that other girl Barb like didn't have all that much of a problem existing in it, but apparently like it might have something to do with like it's toxic for adults but not for children, which is one of those like really weird Steven Spielbergy or like Stephen Kingy rules. So that just could be a thing about it.
So what would you agree about the ending for you, or was it like perfect? Or
It wasn't perfect. I thought the ending didn't bother me. I think as much as it did you. But the one thing that did kind of bother me was like, that they didn't answer is like, did the rift close, or is it still there?
yeah.
And like, which is a big freaking deal, because that's more or less how that monster was able to get from one side to the other. That would seem to weaken the barrier between worlds.
I think they left that open-ended because they want to leave it open-ended for a second season. And I would like it, I don't know if we've discussed this, but if the second season would have a completely group of people, maybe in a different, complete setting, different country, who knows. But it would be nice to have them, kind of do like the True Detective thing, where they have a completely new slew of cast members. I think would be cool.
Okay, yeah. That would be interesting if they went that direction, or if they aged everybody up. They did like time skipped ahead, like they go from the 80s to the 90s.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, I have faith in if they probably will do a season 2 and how they choose to go about with that. But yeah, do you have anything else to say about this?
Well, the most interesting thing for me is because the show is set in Indiana.
Oh, that's right.
Like the fictional town of Hawkins, Indiana. But if you just take a look at like the things that they're all the references they make and the way the town is laid out, I was able to actually, and like the distance from Indianapolis, I was able to figure out exactly where it was supposed to be set.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was a fun thing. So it pretty much everybody from Bedford, all 5 of you probably watching this. This show is probably set in your hometown.
All 5. I don't even think anyone from Bedford will be watching this, but that's okay.
Could be.
Anyways.
There's Mark.
Anyway, yeah, you guys, I don't know. Tell us what you think about. I'm sorry, I'm like brain dead. So tell us what you think about Stranger Things. Comment below. Let me know. Don't forget to press that thumbs up button, subscribe, and also tell a friend a day to help my channel grow. And in the meantime, where can people follow you? Should you want to follow him?
You can follow me on Twitter at @NowQuick.
He never uses it, but
I'm starting to.
no, not really.
I just tweeted yesterday.
Oh, yay. Okay. And you can follow me at KAORIOUS Warriors. That's everywhere. That's my handle anywhere. So, anyways, yeah. We'll catch you guys later.
All right,
Beach
later.
day. Bye.